Hey there everybody, how's it going? My name is Stanley. Welcome everybody back to Final Fantasy XIV. I am very sorry that the Let's Play video is not out today. This is gonna have to do. Sorry about that ahead of time. Servers are down because of 3.5 patch introduction, and I can't really do much about it. So, I hope this video satisfies. Nevertheless, I did want to sit down and make this particular video and kind of recap some things that I'm very personally excited regarding Stormblood and some of the things that were revealed were at FanFest Japan. I am probably late to this, but I still wanted to go ahead and give my thoughts regarding Red Mage, regarding some of the new content, some features, and talk about the grand theory of the next class and what does Yoshipi's shirt mean? What does Spider-Man even mean? Nevertheless, let's go ahead and cover Red Mage, something I've been very excited about, something I've been looking forward to a lot. To explain it, primarily I really like Red Mage because I used to take fencing. I mean, I still would like to get back to it eventually at a certain point after college is done, because I'm kind of swamped right now. Last semester, so let's hope it, works out well. Nevertheless, as somebody who done fencing and gone to several competitions, when I saw Red Mage and the idea of Red Mage, I really liked it. I want to see a class that fences or uses a saber in order to do damage and attacks, and seeing Red Mage right here, as you can see, a little snippet that was from FanFest, seeing this, how cool, how not really swashbuckler but musketeer the Red Mage Mikoti looks, that was immediately like, yes, I need that, I want to play that, I need to level that as soon as I can in Stormblood. I'm very torn between whether I want to go with a Bard or with Red Mage. People have convinced me to play through the content up to level 70 as a Bard and then go back and re-level and boost through and grind through as a Red Mage, so that both of them would be at 70 from the get-go, and then choose from there which one I want to main and be able to switch between one or the other, which I think I will do that. Nevertheless, some of the details about Red Mage. Their weapon is a saber and a medium. They'll be attaching to the sword in order to create a staff and do range damage. Currently, according to Final Fantasy and the developers, the Red Mage role is DPS, and in fact a ranged DPS, which was a little bit strange for me. I thought it would be considered a hybrid, but nevertheless, apparently they consider it more ranged. From the video that I've seen and from some of the promotional material and interviews that I've been able to read online, Red Mage is supposed to be able to have multiple gap closers, melee attacks, and range attacks. And the combat is going to go as such. It will start off with casting an ability or two abilities, it will close the gap with the enemy, do some melee abilities, jump back and cast and rinse and repeat, or rinse and repeat, and change its playstyle of melee and range according to what is necessary. And I'm hoping it has some sort of maybe a buffing mechanic, kind of like what Astrologian has with the cards, where it can use a card and either increase people's damage, increase defensives, increase mana regeneration, TP regeneration, but mostly focus on increasing damage potency and healing potency. Right? For example, let's say they start off with a sword. As a sword, with a sword or with a saber, you should be able to get the ability to eventually have to build up, a certain amount of resources or whatever, be able to cast like a slight damage or defensive buff around the people within its melee range, right, or within its little circle. Anybody who is a melee together, gets the buff. Then they would have the ability to jump back, do some ranged magic, and then be able to either increase magic potency or spell potency or healing potency to the range they're with or they're around with. That'd be kind of cool and would give it slight support, or I guess buffing qualities and mechanics. Although I don't know if that's actually going to have that or not. I think it would be kind of cool, because somebody told me before, people that played Final Fantasy XI, that apparently it has several abilities that actually increased or improved damage and healing. And their role was to primarily do some damage, some healing, and that was the trick of the trade for the most part. They weren't a master of something, they were a master of everything, a little bit of each, a little bit here, a little bit there. Some range damage, some healing, some melee damage, and so on and so on. They weren't a perfectionist at one particular job, one particular thing. Hope it's not going to be mechanic-y or very gimmicky like Machinist was at the release of Heavensward. The problem with Heavensward and the release of the Machinist from the very beginning was its rotation compared to Bard was very complex and didn't yield enough damage compared to Bard, and most players decided to just go with Bard because it was easy to play, you didn't have to learn a whole new rotation. There were only some adjustments ever since Heavensward added new abilities. while Machinist kind of was kicked off to a side for a little bit until it was fixed. It's fixed now. If you want to play as Machinist, you're more than welcome to. And my god, I actually really like Machinist. It can do some insane damage. Really enjoy it personally. They fixed it nicely, bounced it out. You know, proper balancing is always needed when you introduce a new class or new content, so it's understandable. The associated classes are going to be none because they're going to be reworking the cross-class system in Final Fantasy XIV, and its starting level at this very moment is going to be 50, but that is still tentative. They could increase it, they could decrease it, we'll have to wait and see. It'll be cool to start at level 50, I'll be totally down for that, but I guess we'll have to wait and see. The other thing I want to discuss is swimming is added to Final Fantasy XIV, so that looks pretty cool. I hope it's not gonna give us water combat. I'm pretty sure they said they don't want to do underwater combat or water combat, but if it's a way for us to explore new worlds or just explore different areas, maybe like Costa del Sol, like, you know, the coast of Costa del Sol, or maybe some watery areas we see here and there, that'd be kind of cool. I wouldn't mind that one bit, but I guess we'll have to wait and see and kind of, you know, see what we get. Regarding the shirt controversy, man, the shirt controversy is pretty big this time around. With the last shirt, or the Scarlet Witch, it was very easy. You know, Scarlet was a witch and she was red, so it was a little bit easy to figure out that it could be Red Mage. Now with Spider-Man, oh, that's a whole other dilemma that people have right now. See, the two primary theories that people have at the moment, it's either a blue mage or it's either a samurai. And I will start off with the blue mage theory because it's the one I believe personally. Spider-Man was Peter Parker, you know, a regular kid, a regular boy, you know, just a regular person that suddenly got bitten, or you can say attacked, by a beast of a sort, a tiny radioactive, I believe it was radioactive or some sort of properties. It was a supernatural spider that gave him abilities. After he was attacked, he absorbed some of the spider's abilities, such as climbing on walls, spidey senses, and depends on which comic book of Spider-Man or which issue of Spider-Man or which version of Spider-Man you know of, sometimes naturally sling webs from his wrists. The blue mage in Final Fantasy works similarly, as in they have to get attacked by a monster, beast, or primal, or any other enemy out there that is considered monstrous or beast-like, in order to absorb their abilities and start incorporating those abilities in their rotation. Now, I don't know if that could exactly work. If there was directly like that in Final Fantasy XIV, you would see a lot of blue mages running around, fighting primals, and soaking in their abilities. But then they would have a lot of abilities. Like, you don't even know how many abilities they would have. I don't even know how many abilities they would have. I never played Final Fantasy XI, and Blue Mage was a class in Final Fantasy XI. Apparently, primarily how you got your abilities is not through leveling, well, through leveling up, but you primarily fought beasts in the world in order to get their abilities, and to get certain abilities that you incorporate in your rotation. I doubt they're gonna take this approach in Final Fantasy XIV, but what I think that could happen, or what I think they could do if they did implement Blue Mage, hypothetically, if they did implement Blue Mage, you know, it's starting, you know, one of the classes you can choose whenever you get into Stormblood is through your class quest, like at level 52, 54, 56, and so on, you actually given a task to go fight some sort of creature or fight a primal, maybe go do Titan or Ifrit or Gerudo or whatever. And after you complete the fight, you actually get one of the enemy's abilities included into your rotation, and that's how you actually earn your abilities. Because running around Eorzea and other parts of Eorzea, fight enemies and absorb the rotation and get new abilities that way, might be kind of clunky if it was implemented directly this way. But we will see. Maybe that's what it's gonna be. Who knows? I just want to know more information regarding the classes. Blue Mage sounds pretty reasonable. I think that could work out, but we'll have to wait and see. The other theory is it's a samurai, and there are actually a lot of theories that sort of help solidify this fan theory regarding the samurai. One of them is the director's name for Spider-Man, one of Spider-Man's films. His name is Samuel M. Raimi. Sam Raimi. The Japanese would say his name as Samuraimi, because, you know, English and everything. And apparently some people went, wait a minute, Sam Raimi, Samuraimi, Samurai, oh my god, Samurai confirmed. Well, that's one of the theories. The other is, apparently there's some sort of promotional material with Spider-Man being a samurai now. So maybe it could be a samurai. I kinda still want to trust my theory on, you know, the whole being attacked thing, but I guess we'll have to wait and see. We'll see what happens. Let me know in the comments below which theory you believe yourself personally, or if you have any other theories out there, or any other fan theories you have regarding the new class. There is a theory regarding it being a puppet master, as in Spider-Man has webs, they're almost like strings, and it's like the puppet strings. Maybe, although I don't know if Spider-Man ever used anybody as a puppet before. I don't think so. I don't know. I'm not really a huge Marvel buff, to be completely honest. Growing up in Russia, I didn't really grow up around Marvel or DC or any of it, so I have to relearn it when I first arrived to the States. So this is still pretty kind of uncharted territory for me personally. Nevertheless though, let me know what you think in the comments below. I would love to know your fan theories and your theories regarding the new class, and what do you think that third class would be? My bet is still on Dancer, I'm sorry, but my bet is still on a Dancer. I really think the girl is a Dancer. I know so many people have told me, like, it's a monk, just stop saying it's a Dancer, it's a monk, just shut up. But part of me still believes that it could be a Dancer. And if she's not a Dancer, I hope they introduce a Dancer. That'd be kinda cool. I don't know, I'm rambling right now. Excuse me about this. Nevertheless, let me know what you think about it in the comments below. Let me know what you think regarding Red Mage, regarding swimming, regarding anything else that was talked about in FanFest. I didn't cover everything today in detail because I mostly wanted to talk about the Red Mage. That's the one thing I'm mostly excited about and really would like to see more and more of it. Nevertheless, let me know what you're thinking about it, all that I talked about in the comments below. I'd love to hear your feedback. My name is XTinyHero, like, subscribe, and as always, have a great day. And I'll see you all next video of Final Fantasy XIV. See ya!